No.
No, I couldn't do the drum.
God.
Not a
All I did
chance.
was look at it.
And it had the little knots in it. It had the big, it was very big bulbous knots in the thing.
Could anyone do it, really?
I couldn't. I was horrible.
When I was a little kid, like 7, 8 years old, I was tall for my age, and we do tumbling in gym, and they'd make you do somersault. I couldn't do a freaking somersault.
And you still can't.
I still can't. I've never been able to do a somersault.
Yeah, gym was kind of a horrifying thing, and then you'd be in the locker room. Folks, I don't want to offend you, but I'm kind of like a transsexual sort of thing. And so I'd be in gym class, and all the other boys would be naked, and you don't want to look at anything. So you're kind of trying to look at the wall because all the guys are running on there. They've got their tallywhacker. I don't want to use a tallywhacker in mixed company, but anyway, so I just it was traumatic. I hate it. I don't think we should have had that. I really think it was a bad idea.
We had a pool in our school. They used to let us wear bathing suits. My cousin went to a school called Danforth Tech in Toronto, and they made them swim naked. Boys, can you believe that?
I'm so against that, Glenn.
Put into a cold pool and shrinkage and everything.
It's going to cause shrinkage. It's going to cause a whole bunch of issues. And am I okay? Sort of feelings.
The
vaulting horse, Dan. You're talking about the vaulting horse. Oh God, you could ruin yourself on that vaulting box because it's up, and you had to.
I couldn't do any of that stuff. Hated it.
It was horrible. Remember the vaulting box? It was horrible. Well, the girls had theirs. Like they would do different things. Like the boys were on the rings for power, and then the girls were on the uneven parallel bars. Because the boys did the uneven parallel bars, because you have to kind of use your hip area on the lower bar. And sometimes if you're a boy, and you tried that, you have to wing around, your wing around could have been hurt. So they had different things for the boys, but you could still get hurt. Like I was on the wing. I was doing an advanced maneuver called the double leg cutoff.
Well, look at the time.
I get the feeling this is bringing back a lot of memories for Mollie. She's
going to have some dreams tonight, I tell you.
No, Mollie, it's bringing it back for Mollie. She's going, I know, it was hell, Rachel. Yeah. Post-traumatic stress syndrome. And then I'm not even going.
And the girls had to wear those blue jumper things.
We did blue jumper things. Our team colors were yellow and green.
Oh,
so and of course I'm the new kid from Winnipeg coming into British Columbia because my dad was RCMP. So it gets transferred. Now I'm sitting there and I got Greenbauer runners, which were the coolest thing in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Nobody had Greenbauer runners out here. So they're looking, hey kid, nice shoes. And I'm like, oh, I just in tears. Then my dad made me carry a blue plaid briefcase.
You were one of those kids.
Yeah. And then
rain bag.
Plastic, and I looked like the kid. I had glasses kind of like this. They were dark black glasses rimmed. And I looked like not the Fred Savage, the cutie guy, but I looked like his nerd friend. I wish I had a picture handy of myself at this time. My hair was very short. And so then I've got the glasses. So they want to gang up on me and take my plastic case away because I had Greenbauer runners.
Yes.
It was hell. No kid should be exposed to the public.
Those brain bags, that was instant getting picked on if you carried one of them.
It was very hurtful.
I never used it.
I'm sorry, Mollie. I'm traumatizing you with my schoolyard memories.
That's good.
God. And then winter came, and then of course there's always one kid. There's the metal pole. Let's stick on. And then the teacher had to come up with the hot water to because the kid's stuck there, and you got to free the kid out of there with the warm water. This is what it was like. Ralph Maybank. But after I was at Pembina Crest, which was great, but then for grade 7, we got to take art class in shop over at Vincent Massey Collegiate. And I want to tell you, that was cool. When you're freaking 13 years old, 12 years old, and you got to take shop and you go, where are you going? Going to fucking Vincent Massey, man. I'm going to Vincent Massey do art class. They go, fucking Vincent Massey. I think you heard me. And then you go over, and then my art project was, I was horrible at the shop doing the, were you good at shop, Larry, the metal work?
No.
I was horrible. So it was like I was already a girl already because all the boys would help me do my projects. I go, I can't build my bonbon dish. So I had this Keith guy. Keith goes, listen, Williams, what's going on? Can't you build your bonbon dish? I go, it's stupid. I go, what do you mean? He goes, what do you mean it's stupid? I go, I have to wear this metal mask where I can't see, right? You put the visor down and you are blind. They go, now don't look directly at the arc welder because you will go blind. Yeah. I go, okay, got it. Check. Then do not touch the table at the same time you're arc welding, or you will arc weld yourself to the table. I said, my God. I said, I am not doing this. Yeah, and then, of course, it was the same with in woodwork, where, you know, everybody's got long hair. It's the 70s, right? So this guy named Donnie Danbrook. So the head shop teacher goes, gentlemen, would you please gather round? Okay, he had this. We go, what's going on? He goes, come back to class. Everybody come back. Okay, what do we have here? And then everybody goes, it's you got the lathe, where you're at the lathe. Right. And notice that Mr. Danbrook is here with me. And we see Donnie. Hey, Donnie. And Donnie's down, he had long blonde hair like Mollie. He had long hair like gorgeous like yours. But it was all twisted and twirled in the thing. What has happened to Mr. Danbrook? And they go, and when the kid goes, his hair's cut in the leg. That's right. His hair is cut in the lathe. What are we learning from this, gentlemen?
Oh, God.
Don't have long hair when you're working the lathe. That's right, gentlemen. Do not. And it was like so obvious. Everybody knew. But poor Danbrook stuck in there. And, of course, there's a lecture going on. Kids stuff. It's horrible. Nobody should have been exposed to school, in my opinion.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He did not care about our health back then. They just put you into anything.
He didn't care. And then to scare us straight from our drugs, like you couldn't even do drugs then because like they showed all these horrible films. So this little kid's there and he's like, well, he's not little. He's like our age, 12, 13 or something. They go, hey, man, you want to have some pills? And the other guy goes, yeah, okay, man. Because it's hippie times, right? And so the guy takes his pills and then pops him up. You think it's cool having your pills. And then the guy goes, and then he goes, whoa, I'm not feeling good, man. And then he kind of stumbles out. And he goes to a mirror.
It's like Reefer Madness.
He turns into a monster. I'm 8 years old. I'm going, oh, my God.
That's hilarious.
I'm scared to hell.
I missed that. I was the one taking the drugs. I missed the movies.
This is absolutely... It was horrible. Then I moved from the beauty of British Columbia, Canada, where my home and native land, which is where I'm from, and we got transferred out to Winnipeg. Then we came back as soon as we could, but we were out there for 6 years in Winnipeg. So they do this thing. I'm there for about a week. They got a weekday afternoon little safety film called One Little, Two Little, Three Little Winnipeggers. These little Winnipeggers, there's 10 kids, one by one on the way home. Little Jimmy decides to walk out. Let's cut across the river to get home. Jimmy breaks through the ice and drowns. Now there's 9 little Winnipeg.
That's not funny, people.
They go through. Hey, let's go tobogganing, everyone. Okay, Frank. Frank goes down on his toboggan right in front of a car and gets killed. Now we're down. What are we? 8 little Winnipeggers. Then we keep going along. A snowblower, for the love of God, a snowblower, Larry, comes across. Glenn, it's a snowblower. And you see the snow, and then he's gone. By the time you get home, there was only one last little Winnipegger going away. It was all to try and teach the children about winter safety and that you got to be careful. And because every year somebody with their snowmobile on the Red River would go through the Assiniboine. Oh, did you hear about Ben? No, what happened? He took his snowmobile out on the Red River and he's gone. You know? It was horrible. Anyway, that's the thing. Chauncey, you know what I'm talking about. Sorry, Mollie, about all this. I know it's horrible.
No, it's great.
I still remember those sex films too.
Oh my God, sex education.
When we were in public school, they used to let us play with this. We used to play with asbestos to make like volcanoes and stuff.
Asbestos. We're not allowed to play with asbestos. Climb, that'll kill us.
But when I was in public school, like in the 60s, they gave it to you to play, make projects out of.
Everything was done for us, and we had our lead-based paints.
So we used to go for lunch. So we were playing with the asbestos, and we took a bunch of it with us, and we were having asbestos fights on the way home. And neighbors of the school were phoning, going, "These kids are throwing asbestos all over my house and all this kind of crap." We get back to school at 1 o'clock, and we're all confronted with the strap. They gave us the strap.
I got the strap too. The worst one. How many times do you get strapped?
Just the once.
I got it a whole bunch of times. The worst.
That's a shocker.
I got it. It wasn't even my fault. It wasn't even my fault. Teacher, me and Larry Cinema, God rest him. Larry's gone now, but Larry Cinema and I were in the library. We're checking reading books and stuff on assignment. And one of the class nerds came up to Larry and goes, "Teacher says you guys got to come back to class now." So Larry goes, "I bother." Now, then 1971, I bother was a real sign of, you're not going to be bothered. You're not going to do it. I'm not doing it. I bother. Get lost, kid. Kid goes back, tells the teacher. Next thing I know, I see my teacher. She's there. She goes, "Come with me." I go, "What's going on?" I'm with Larry. I go, "Larry," because it was Larry Cinema, right? So I go, "Larry, what's going on? Where are we going?" And he goes, "Shut up." He goes, "Williams, just shut up." I go, "I don't know." So I go, "What the?" So we go into the principal's office. We're led. I'm like, "Oh shit, here we are." Well, this isn't good. And then the principal goes, "So what's going on here?" The teacher goes, "Well, I sent little Harold here to bring back Larry and Rachel to the class, and they aren't coming." And so then the kid "You didn't talk to me." So then the principal goes, I'll handle this. He goes, "Harold, do you believe that Larry was speaking for both himself and Rachel when he said that?" And he goes, "Yes, I believe it was for both of them." "Thank you, Harold. That'll be it." And I get the strap. I go, "What?" I'm convicted by Harold because Larry's "I bother" was supposedly covering me. So I got the strap. It was totally unjustified. And I believe that the principal went light on me. Yeah, strap. Literally a leather strap.
It was a leather strap.
And it had a metal clip on it, by the way. That could be used if they chose.
Now, I had a friend, they held your hand like so you wouldn't move it, and then they strapped you.
Yeah, hold your hand up.
My buddy, he got his hand loose, and the principal, vice principal he hit his own leg with it.
Oh, because you moved your hand. The kid moved his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened more than once, my friend.
Yeah, life was better back then, wasn't
it? The good old days.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry I've traumatized your life. The Canadian public school system.
Yeah.
I was always jealous of the Catholic kids because they had the cute little uniforms. The boys would have the ties and the girls would have skirts. And they always looked so nice. And we were just in our dungarees.
Yeah.
The jeans, they call jeans. Some people go, "What's a dungaree?" Dungaree is a jeans. That's what we had. And the kids had the cool one, Levi, with the little red tag or an orange tag at the back of their rump. I got Top Gun. My parents, I go, "Don't make me wear those, Dad." I don't. "Those are good enough." I go, "But Dad, I'm going to get teased. They've got the elastic band. Don't make me wear the Top Guns." You are wearing those. There's nothing wrong with those jeans. You will wear those jeans. And of course, all the other kids with their Top Gun Levi's, and I'm with my Top Gun.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I was traumatized. There was a pretty girl that had the Laurentian crayons with the 48 pack. It opened and then it opened and then it opened with all these beautiful. I had Canadiana. These things were basically rocks with stiff pencil shape. You could draw, you'd be coloring, trying to make it pretty, and there's no wax to glide, and it would just rip the little construction paper, the cheap little gray construction paper we're drawing. They were horrible. I always wanted the Laurentian, and the little pretty girls just doing this. And Valentine's Day, don't even get me started about Valentine's Day. Oh, shit. Here come the Valentines. One
Don't
didn't
even get
drop
me
for one by my
started.
desk. But hopefully I'll get one next pass. No, I'm still waiting. Meanwhile, Goldilocks is still there, and she's smiling. Oh, thank you. She's got all her little Valentine's. Glenn, do you know? Were you popular for Valentine's?
No, I can't really say I was.
Valentine's was crazy for children.
I don't know if I probably got one from my guy friends before I got one from a girl.
I would have.
And then there was wasn't it the Sadie Hawkins dance where the girl asked the guy to go to the dance? I never got asked ever. Never.
That is damaging. That is soul crushing stuff. Who comes up with this crap? Do they do it intentionally